Hello, everyone. It takes too long for the spawns to get in because I forgot to set the latency correctly, so it takes a long time, but it is seeing them. All right, so today we are going to read some more comments. We're going to read the 100 or so comments that were on my Chain of Memories video, and we will see a pattern that I got one fairly critical and very dumb thing incorrect in that video, and then after that, we're going to play some Kingdom Hearts. I haven't done a stream of Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 2, with the couple level 1 streams I did back then. I am hoping that I'm hoping that it doesn't end up just me being like bashing my head against a wall. The main reason we're doing it is because I'm currently footage taking, note taking, and the footage and stuff like that, and gathering the footage. And Arendelle is particularly egregious for being kind of just an abysmal experience to go through. And I'm hoping that I don't get stuck, because I'm on critical mode. I'm hoping that I don't get stuck for a really long time on the stupid mini games. But that's a problem that we can address in about an hour or so. So let's get right into reading comments. All right. Starting off with a joke, Naminé is just your average KH fangirl writing self-insert stories about being fought over by Sora and Riku. I appreciate that. The mountain sledding first part screwed me up first time I actually needed the Kupo coin. I didn't know the Kupo coin works on that. And that is really wonderful news to know. I will almost certainly be using that information today. We'll see. Maybe I'll get it on first try. Who knows? I bashed my head against the wall the first time I got to that on critical mode a couple times. And by a couple, I mean like it probably took me 30 minutes or so. The Repliku speech about trying to be someone but still being empty and feeling everything he is borrowed. It hits different once you've grown up. Yeah, I think that it's surprisingly good and sort of poignant writing. I like it. We'll call this other though. More than people just smelling in this game, it's unreal how accurate everyone can throw and catch a card with excellent precision. That's another one of those things that I would have liked to have done a sort of like supercut of all of the times that happens, because it's pretty funny. Other 10753. The disembodied voice sounds hilariously condescending though. You cast away your home, your friends, everything, but at least they gave you a nice room. Yeah, good stuff. Other, Riku's final exchange with the replica is wonderful. It showcases the maturity that he's starting to develop as he drops his whole cool guy act before the first game's ending. I really could have seen him saying some one-liner or something like it, something to dismiss or humiliate the replica, but instead, since he's trying to redeem himself, he asks the replica about what he feels. In his final moments, Riku chooses to comfort him, and I think this more low-key, personal, and intimate way to see him off is a really great. The replica stuff had no right being as good as it is. I really like it. Other 3435. An over-exaggeration of flashy abilities that require almost no player input or thought would harm the series going forward if they were used in a more traditional KH action RPG, Screams, and KH3 attractions. KH3 attractions are the one that people like to talk about, but there's actually, you know, a lot of examples of this happening in this series. Only the Japanese could invent the world's first roguelike deck building action RPG. Very true. This game was released for the PS2 in 2008 North. Okay, so here it is. So I said at the beginning of the video, something to the effect of, like, Chain of Memories was not localized in America until the remix collection, the 1. Sorry, what is it called? I can't even remember. 1.5 something like. Anyway, the remix collection that has Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories and the cutscene compilation for days, I think it is. See, even for somebody who has literally been like researching and looking at these games for the past 3.5 years, I still get the names mixed up. Anyway, point being that, welcome QuezBT. Quezbit, as you, my initial, like, the way that I want to say your name is QuezBT. Every time, and I'm like, wait a second, he gave me that comment. Anyway, Chain of Memories, Chain of Memories was localized on the PS2 in 2008. And here's why it's hilarious that I got this wrong. I owned it. I played it. Like, after people started saying that, I remembered owning it and playing it. And it blows my mind that I somehow got it. It just blows my mind. So this is obviously going to go in. All of these are going to go in criticism, even though they're not really criticism. I mean, they kind of are, but it's more about the fact that they were correcting something that I got wrong. Being able to smell spiritual energy is an ancient yet not often referenced element of Japanese mythology. You can see it pop up every once in a while in other media. They probably dropped it after Calm because they realized it was something unique to Japan that wouldn't translate culturally elsewhere. Yeah, other people have said stuff to this effect. That the whole, like, Riku constantly saying, like, you smell like evil or something is sort of like a Japanese thing. I think that it's still really funny, even knowing the context. This goes in other, I guess. It was actually released in the West on the PS2. Yep, same thing. Mix. Yeah, 1.5 remix. That's what that game's called. I can't believe I forgot that, but I also very much can. I put that in mix. That was incorrect. Interesting. I presumed it was a strange translation of a more generic sensing. Yeah. Oh, it is Quez and BT. Oh, so I'm getting it right now. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to second guess myself and say it wrong again in a video. Sora advocating gaslighting and guilt tripping Naminé to stop expressing her genuine emotions has got to be one of the most Sigma male things I've seen in a children's card game. This ended up turning into a bit of a flame war. I don't think Private Sessions was intending on that. But yeah, this ended up turning into kind of a thing. And there's a bunch of people in the comments being like, oh yeah, like Naminé is the you know, like whatever. Like there's a lot of differing opinions on the characters there and what they're doing, and I find it mostly interesting and kind of funny. The fact that Larxine's voice actor has only really voiced Larxine is so impressive to me. Primarily a TV actor, a bunch of nothing voice roles, and then there she is slamming it as Larxine in every game she appears in. She's really good. I like her a lot. People have covered that smelling darkness is a mistranslation, but to shed a little more light on it, localization is often outsourced, especially back when this game was originally re-released with Riku's story in 2008. They're basically just handed the text dump of the script and given no full context, so when they see a word that usually means smell, they don't have full context and know that. Here, it's meant to mean sense. Riku's story was added later, and the bigger KH games probably had in-house translation teams by that point to make the games more cohesive. So we wind up with an outlier in the translation that accidentally establishes the organization doesn't shower. Yeah, this is it is quite humorous. But yeah, I do find this interesting, especially, and I left this comment as somebody replied, this sort of idea, and you know, it's interesting to me in particular. I am was and am still currently trying to learn Japanese, and so knowing this about the sort of the translation, I would love to one of these days play through all of the Kingdom Hearts games in their original language, just to see how different they are. If I ever get to the point where I am fluent enough in Japanese in order to be able to do that, I will make a video on it. But until then, it's just gonna be a pipe dream I have. Anyway, not sure if that's a genuine question about the smells, but just in case anyone else is curious, I'll explain it anyway. To put it simply, it was a bad translation. Nioi, in most contexts, does mean smell, scent, or odor. So anyway, he's explaining some of the actual Japanese behind it. Interesting stuff. But I have a soft spot for Chain of Memories. Axel is my favorite character in the whole series. My only criticism of the original GBA is that it's required to fully appreciate Kingdom Hearts 2. Not everyone could afford a PS2 and a GBA, so the poor kids back then were almost punished. Axel is especially an important character in Chain of Memories, and this being key to his development in 2. I agree. I've had some people sort of like critique how much I talk. I might have talked about this in the last stream. I've had some people critique how much I talk about the financial aspect of this, right? In the sense that I kind of think that it's a little ridiculous how many different consoles you need in order to fully experience the story, and none of these games can really be ignored. I mean, that like if you get to Kingdom Hearts 2, you're going to be at least a little bit lost on a lot of different, like, why is Sora in a flower all of a sudden? And Kingdom Hearts 2 does nothing to try and onboard people that skipped Chain of Memories for any given reason that they might skip Chain of Memories. Like, for example, I don't like deck builders. I kind of just think that it's interesting to me when people sort of criticize that take in saying that, well, if you, if you couldn't play it, is your fault for being poor, essentially. I don't really like that very much. That just feels like it's a bit in poor taste, pardon the pun. Anyway, this is gonna go in, there is just a comment. It's an interesting thing to look back upon, but it technically isn't really relevant anymore in the modern era with complete compilations. I get that. And they're definitely trying to make it better. They have tried to make it better through, making the compilations and stuff like that. So now is the best time to be a Kingdom Hearts fan. A lot of my sort of video series is a retrospective in a sense, and so I am also looking at it in the context of when the games came out and sort of analyzing their original release, on top of analyzing how they've aged, and so I think that it's a worthy discussion to have. It's definitely not something to like stop somebody from playing them now, obviously, because it's not really that important in terms of the quality of the games themselves, right? And the games themselves speak for themselves regardless of how they were released or whatever. And so that's why when I'm talking about these games, I usually don't spend much time on it. But I do think it is something that it's important for me to mention, because I have the perspective of a kid that grew up with this series and some of the pitfalls that I believe it fell into. And that being one of them, they made it really inaccessible for people who didn't have a bunch of money to play a bunch of different consoles. But it's getting better now. Arguing about the insane lore was more fun than 2/3 of the games. Yeah, basically. 2708, Replicu's gotta be kidding might be the most relatable thing he could say to the player in that situation. Shall we see what he's talking about? 'Cause I don't actually remember. 2708. Oh, this is the wrong window. Never mind. 2708.
Got him.
Probably a bit too loud, sorry.
Fire! Fire! Yeah. Heal. Back off.
So it's just how he's like, like just getting absolutely face stomped by a bunch of slates all at once. It's good stuff. $29.25 through $29.35. I love how it's always the same angle. All right, let's go see what they're talking about. Oh, the deaths, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that, it makes you wonder if that game actually had, unique sort of like cameras for each death, or if it was always the exact same angle. I don't know. I would have to go back into my footage and like review it all and see. But anyway, a big part of why Lethal Frame is so overblown. It seems that when adding in both it and Magnet Spiral that they neglected to define the damage type. Most slates are either elemental, i.e. fire, or neutral damage types, though apparently Reflect Raid was made to be physical in the remake for some reason. The only other slates that are typeless for damage are those that deal no damage or which only cause status effects. By having no defined type, Lethal Frame actually bypasses all enemy defenses. Most bosses are actually resistant to slates because they take only 50% damage from neutral attacks, but Lethal Frame is completely exempt. So this is interesting, and even without this damage buff, Lethal Frame would still be overpowered, so. Never played this back in the day, never knew it existed until folks started making everything you need to know before Kingdom Hearts 3 videos. LOL, love seeing you break it down and really enjoy your take on it. Thank you. 2553, this seems to be a recom specific where attacks are much harder to dodge as opposed to GBA. A prime example of this is Axel 1's Firewall. In GBA, it's a slow-moving attack with an obvious telegraph that doesn't even always hit the edge of the screen, essentially serving as a soft tutorial on the invincibility that rolling gives. As opposed to Recom, where the move has a weird telegraph, moves very fast, and covers the entire arena, and lingers long enough that it can be pretty easily catch rolls. Straight unavoidable damage from Larxene, apparently. I can't speak to any of this because, well, I have not played GBA since I was a child, and I have not really dug into this game in terms of its mechanics. You may have noticed that I spent a lot less time sort of digging into the mobile titles, and a large reason of that is because I think that there's truly just less there in general. Yeah, so. Let's put this away in other. The Comfy series continues. Thanks. The scent thing was like tying darkness to this more beastly power, in my opinion. That's how it made sense to me, because you only ever hear darkness aligned characters say it, and it's very predatory animal vibes. Yeah, I can agree with that. Although that wasn't the intention, clearly, but because it was more of a mistranslation, but I can also see where that's coming from. I know it has flaws, but I like the card combat in this game and really really wish it had a chance to be iterated on in a later game. I do too. I think that especially Reach-In memories in particular, what I remember of GBA is that it's just not like I have not learned a single telegraph in Recom because LOL card breaks. Yeah, exactly. Like that game is made to be broken, and that's why I think that it actually deserves a second chance. Because I think that it's a super fun gameplay loop that there's not a lot of games that have even attempted to do this again, and there's probably a reason for that, but I also think that given a little bit more development time, it could turn into something really cool, I think. Maybe a little bit more balancing, but then again, like I said in the video, hard deck builders and stuff like that are games that are made to be broken. They want you to break them. So anyway, put in another. 5421, Sora didn't manipulate her, he was honest. It hurts him because of how she messes up his memories, but he'll protect her either way because fake or not, that promise was real to Sora in this moment. Yeah, so this is just somebody sort of disagreeing with my take on Sora, sort of like saying some manipulative stuff. I still think that the language that he uses is questionable. I'll say that. But he's also a kid, so anyway, I'll put this in criticism. Best KH critics on YouTube, thank you, sir. Or ma'am, whatever you are. Praise. Looking forward to the Kingdom Hearts 2 vid. Also, holy cow, I thought they started smoking that good stuff after Kingdom Hearts 2, didn't realize it started here. Yep, story's crazy here, but it's also good. I like it. I'll put it in praise. 1 hour 27. Can't tell you how much I love this cutscene, and it makes me suddenly appreciate Naminé more as a character, and wish we got more from her. Unfortunately, a lot of the female characters get shafted in the future. It seems like all of them, when they are first introduced, except Aqua, are really interesting until another game appears, and they become boring puppets that get nothing. No wins, character, writing-wise. Kairi being the biggest example. They're talking about the one where Sora says, like, yeah, I want you to put my memories back. I don't want you to remember you, basically. And she, you know, obviously sort of struggles with that reality, which is really sad. And it's a great scene, and the animation and writing there is really good. Voice acting's great, too. I had no idea Naminé could be like that. Always, whoa, my dog. I always thought she was just the innocent angel version of Kairi, but seeing her be a little passive-aggressive and slightly manipulative is very interesting considering her innocent look. This video is very high quality. Excited for the Kingdom Hearts 2 one. This is mostly a comment. Coming here from your Kingdom Hearts 1 video, love the content. Thank you again. Wanted to request adding the Days video into the playlist. I forgot to put it in there. That's all that was. This was certainly an interesting video. Note that I haven't played the game, so everything I'm going to say is going to be informed by the video alone, but for what you bring up around an hour and a minute, the organization's plan probably wasn't to actually pull Sora into their rank. Instead, I think they aimed to have him work unknowingly for him while having him believe he's working against them. Given that they can't outright change memories and only slightly alter them, from what I understood, it's still easier to have Sora believe that he's working against the obviously evil organization, rather than twist his world so much that he'd work for them, which would probably cause him to lose the Keyblade. Overall, I'm usually not a fan of the whole memory versus heart trope, but I feel like it's done pretty well in this game, although I'm not sure why Vexen seemed to literally tell Sora, yeah, Naminé's memories aren't important, what are you doing? Good video. Yeah, interesting take from somebody who hasn't played the game. But yeah, we'll put this in another great video. See you in the next one. Thanks. Love the STS reference. I remembered seeing this and not really even being sure what they were referring to. Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire. Yeah. Slay the Spire just happens to be my favorite deck builder. It's really good. I haven't played a ton of them. I want to play more like Monster Train. I thought that one was really interesting. Anyway, I guess I'll put this in praise. Wake up, Petramore dropped a new KH video. Thanks. Recon did release outside of Japan. Yes, it did indeed. It's out, although I don't think it quite jumped the shark already. I feel like this game really defined the tone and story direction going forward for the series. Maybe if just because it introduced the organization and the nobodies. I'll be curious to see your thoughts. Yeah, this one really is a pretty massive shift from Kingdom Hearts 1, and Kingdom Hearts 2 follows more in line with this game than it does the first one in terms of story, tone, importance, stuff like that. There were FMVs throughout the entire game. The beginning and end were just more significant. The opening, Larxene swapping Kairi's charm, the ending for Sora, the ending for Riku. Yeah, there was more than a few full motion videos in the original GBA title. That's what that's referring to. I was a little vague with my statement on that one, but anyway. Recon was localized 5 years, yep. It sure was. I got a lot of comments on that. Watched your Kingdom Hearts 2 video, took me a couple days, then this video popped up next, and I just gotta say the detail and heart you put into these vids is incredible. Thank you. Appreciate it. Kingdom Hearts 2 than Outer Wilds. I have never been as interested in the design of a Final Fantasy game before finding your videos on Kingdom Hearts. Thanks. Man, I just finished your Recon video. I'll be frank with you, you have made one of the best YouTube videos that I have seen this year. Thanks. It's very high praise. I appreciate it. Depending on how many YouTube videos you watch. I guess if you only see like one a year or something like that, that's not really much praise, but you know. It finally clicked. They talk about scent so much because the scent is the sense most tied to the familiarity they express with the scents. Most of the scent lines seem to be like, I know that scent, implying a persistence of memory. Nomura still do too much though. The nominate tragedy, cute and all, but homeboy be snorting all the anime LSD with these plots. This is a wild comment. Okay. Sora wipes them out because they are still fighting a legendary Keyblade wielder. The Keyblade is a powerful weapon. That's why everyone doesn't get one. So this person is speaking to when I said that essentially Sora shouldn't really be able to like just absolutely demolish like the organization. Like it seems like a little unreasonable that literally every single one of them gets wiped out wholesale by Sora with like very little, like I mean with a whole fight, you know, but like from the perspective of the story, it kind of feels like Sora is a bit overpowered considering where he should be at this point. I said, even the sharpest sword is practically useless in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to use it. They said, I agree, but it's a lore-based weapon. Its lore tells you its power. It literally disappears when wielded by the wrong person. Also, there's the perspective that this is an action RPG, and the skill of the player translates to the skill of Sora. In terms of the story, I don't believe that Kingdom Hearts agrees with this. And later narratives in this series will show this more clearly. There is so much cutscene incompetence on the part of Sora. Funnily enough, your criticism gets validated in the greater perspective of the series. Yes. There is so much cutscene incompetence on the part of Sora in the latter half of the series, and even like you know, a lot of what the story of Dream Drop Distance and then Kingdom Hearts 3 is he failed in Dream Drop Distance and then he has to make up for it in Kingdom Hearts 3. And so he goes on this adventure to all of these different worlds to justify not just going straight to, you know, Xehanort and kicking his butt. Because there needs to be Disney worlds in this story, right? And so it actually, like, it ends up being a little more similar to the way that I think it would have made sense for it to be later in the series. But then I kind of have an issue with all of the cutscene incompetence, especially in Dream Drop Distance. And as I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm seeing more and more of it. It is really frustrating that Sora is able to be sort of disempowered by almost nothing. Like there's a cutscene in Monstropolis where where Vanitas shows up and he like waves his hand and does something, and Sora basically is out of the fight for the entire thing, for the entire cutscene, and then like Sully has to walk up and like kick his butt, and then they throw him in a bunch of doors, and it's funny, but also like Sora has literally like defeated already at this point, like gods among men essentially, and or in the case of like Sephiroth, like literal gods, and it's just ridiculous. So anyway, I think it only looks like Sora is overpowered in the context of the other games existing with an ensemble. But Kingdom Hearts was meant to be the Sora show when every game up till 2 was being made. He's not allowed to be cool until endgame. Yeah, and it doesn't feel like it meshes with what I'm doing in combat. You know, when I'm controlling Sora, he acts this way, and then when the game is controlling Sora, i.e. the cutscenes, he acts a completely different way, and it's really annoying because it just feels contrived, right? But point being that the story actually ends up agreeing with my interpretation later, that Sora is actually not the most powerful Keyblade wielder, and in fact they need to get like the Aqua and Terra and Ventus in order to be able to do anything in Kingdom Hearts 3 anyway. That's their main goal for the first like half of it or something. So anyway, let's put this in criticism. I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 a fair bit, and it has been a few months since I set it down last, but there is just something about how Sora, Donald, and Goofy are written that feels so wrong, especially with contrasted with Kingdom Hearts 2. It's called ludonarrative dissonance. Yeah, and I don't really know. Yeah, you say sarcasm, but there is something to be said there. It's not something that I would bring up in the video just because I think that the very term ludonarrative dissonance has such a bad taste in people's mouth. I will, like, you may have noticed that I talked about retcons in the most recent video in Union Cross without actually saying that term ever. I don't know that I ever said that term. And the reason that I did that is because people don't like that term, especially in the Kingdom Hearts community. And so I said my piece about retcons, quote unquote, in the Birth by Sleep video. And from this point on, I'm not going to use that term anymore. Now I'm going to still say that there are retcons in the series because there are, but I'm not going to use that term because a lot of people's guards drop when they don't hear that term. And they can actually sort of consider what I'm saying and not just be like, there's no retcons, Nomura's had this all planned out from the beginning. And so to that same ticket, I think that there's something to be said that there is some dissonance between, you know, the way that I control Sora and the way that the game controls him. It's just crazy that I can, you know, zip around the battlefield and avoid every single fight. I mean, I've been doing all of the fights with all pro codes on, all of the main fights. I will like fight just regular crit at whatever level that I'm at, and then I stop and I go back and I beat it with all pro codes. And in order to do that, you basically have to beat them without taking a single hit. And to say that Sora can beat all of these bosses without taking a single hit when he's in my control, but then the second Vanitas walks in, he gets incapacitated by like Vanitas just waving his hand in the air, is ridiculous to me. And it's definitely something that I'm going to criticize. I did in the Dream Drive Distance video, and I'm going to criticize it again here. So I know the video is old, and you might have learned this by now, but reach into memories, yep. I'm really curious to see how you cover days. Also, is it just me, or does Chain of Memories feature stronger language and imagery than Kingdom Hearts 1 and even Kingdom Hearts 2, where it's like jerk, manipulative witch, slave, enslave, a pack of hunting dogs, etc. They're nowhere near foul, but for Kingdom Hearts and what's essentially a kid's game, and compared to some of its other releases, they kind of do stand out. The writing in this one is very different. And I think that I like the more aggressive edge that it has. I kind of wish more of the series had it, honestly. Always thought the voice acting in this part was top notch. He's probably talking about the Naminé cutscene. Anyway. He's done them in order. I'm so invested, I stopped by 2 to watch this. Yeah, thank you. I don't know whether they wanted you to actually look through your deck for cards during duel mode, because I just spammed every card in my deck to usually win the duel, and this led me to doing good damage almost every time. I did this also, and it just depends on your deck. It depends on a lot of things. You can win duels this way. I found it to be inconsistent, and so I actually just avoided duels entirely. There's somebody in here that's going to actually strongly criticize my take on duels, and we'll talk about more about duels when we get to it. Other. Underrated video, loved it. Thank you. Excellent video. Thank you. Haven't seen it posted here yet, but Recon was released. Yep. I like the Sly Cooper music. Me too. Just when I needed something meaty to watch, gotta say, trying to understand and master the card system would boggle my mind. Deck UI stuff itself makes me super confused. I bet fighting and using the cards was somewhat easier in the original due to 2D gameplay. I feel like the story is growing on me like a fungus. Yeah. We'll call that other. Hey, I know that I'm watching this really late, but Calm came out. Yep. Sure did. Duels were absolutely made with the bosses in mind, as all their decks are made to match yours. The best strategy is to do Dark Mode, Maleficent card, spam duels to clear bosses. Sometimes the player falls asleep during fights. Fair point. Haven't seen it posted yet. Is the 5th comment saying the same thing? Yeah, I got a lot of comments on that one. Yeah, it starts to crack you up after a while. I basically never used duels until I struggled with Trickmaster as Riku with that awful deck you get. Yeah, and against Ansem. There are some bosses that duels are better against. Duel mode I just spammed whenever it came up. I dislike that mechanic. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, is that I kind of think it's one of the least interesting ways to play. Even if it does work consistently, actually using dark mode and like abusing that sort of dangerous power you get with dark mode is a much more interesting sort of gameplay mechanic. And whereas dual mode is more like just burning through all of your cards as fast as possible, and is just not very good. Whether or not this is the best strategy or not is probably debatable. Again, I never found duels to be consistent, so for me, using dark mode worked better, and just using dark mode and just really getting really good at that. So we'll call this criticism though. Can't wait for your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 2. Out of all the Kingdom Hearts games, this is the one I remember the least. Call it praise. This is another great video. I find the series extremely relaxing to watch. The only thought I have here is I would be interested to know what other viewers think about the use of music from other series. Generally think it keeps tone more consistent using purely music from the series being discussed. So here's my reasoning for not. I'm quite particular about the vibes that each section of my video sort of has, right? It's difficult to quantify. It's just something that I like. Obviously, I know how the section's written. I know how I performed it. And so when I'm adding music, and it's one of the last things that I do, I'm very particular. Like, I know what kind of song I want to be playing behind it, because there's a tone that I'm going for. And while music from the game series that I'm talking about would keep a more consistent tone across the entire series of videos, I do think that for me, it's more important that the music match the tone of the section itself. And so that's why I use music from all over the place, because Kingdom Hearts, while the music is incredible, obviously I love it, it doesn't always have music that I can use that gives me that feeling that I'm looking for. So that's why I do it. I'll mostly say this is I'll say this is mixed. Never played the game, but the City of Final Fantasy on PSP used the same method of progressing through the world in Colosseum. Okay. The slate versus slight thing really resonated with me. Vividly remember my friend and I arguing the pronunciation. I thought slate considered cooler too. To be completely frank with you, I don't even know what I've been saying this entire stream. We'll call this other. What you say about the Disney worlds is mostly true. I feel like they're done this way for the people who skipped Kingdom Hearts 1, which isn't all that likely for people playing the game to have done. But I will go to bat for Hollow Bastion. In the first game, rescuing Belle from Maleficent was purely plot-based due to Belle being one of the princesses of Heart, and we didn't get a good sense of her and Beast's character for their relationship. I like that this game fleshed that out a bit more. It helps segue into the Beast Castle plotline in Kingdom Hearts 2. Fair point. This is the Sly Cooper soundtrack. You've been saying Slate. I will not argue with you on it. Good. Sly Cooper soundtrack. Other. Yeah, there's gonna be a funny comment in here about that, about Slate versus Slight thing here in a little bit. There actually was an English PS2 release. Indeed there was. Why the flying F doesn't this have more views? Thank you. The remake actually got a PS2 release. Yep. It is a completely bizarre thing for somebody to ask Mickey Mouse to kill them with a straight face. Also, the organization might be the worst name possible for what are unexpectedly interesting characters. Really looking forward to seeing, yeah, the organization is, I don't know, I think it's a fine name. Let's put you in other. The 3D remake was absolutely released in the West. Indeed. This might have been one of the first ones that was posted because I said oof. So nobody caught it for a while. Nobody caught it for a year, and then I just kept getting comments about it. Criticism. Desperately awaiting the next retrospective. Any timeline? I responded. Praise. Hello, Sven. I want Mickey Mouse to kill me, but I want it to be an actor in Disneyland. I hear that if you walk into the staff area, into the tunnels underneath Disney World, and yell that Walt Disney is still alive at the top of your lungs, somebody will shoot you. I will partially disagree with that assessment. What you said would unquestionably have been true in the 90s. But even by the late 90s, more families were able to afford more than one gaming console. So this person's talking about my whole like anti putting everything on a different console thing. There's another reason why most kids and teens were likely to have at least one portable console. Pokemon. I do agree with you that there are some that most likely couldn't follow the story of Kingdom Hearts because they couldn't afford both consoles. My only contingency here is that most of them that couldn't afford more than one were more likely to own only the GBA and were thus formally introduced to the series through Chain of Memories. It's less likely that one would only own a PS2 and not a GBA, since at that point in time, if you could afford a home console, chances are you could also afford a portable one. Really enjoyed your videos, what many of us veterans do in layering our deck builds for better slates. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Yeah, so this is one of those comments, and yeah, I mean, while it may be the case that it is technically possible it is at least somewhat likely that people that owned a PS2 could also own a GBA. I think that is not always going to be the case, and it's just a little frustrating. So anyway, we'll call this mixed. I own Recom on PS2. Yes, you do. I know that the organization are supposed to not have hearts, purportedly, and are typically very ignorant to the power of friendship. But I kind of had to agree with Marluxia and Larxene when they're pointing out that Sora is being ridiculous for holding on to a promise that he outright knows is fake. It's one thing if he wants to protect Naminé on his own after learning what's going on, but just outright saying things like, no, the promise is real to me, or I'm going to uphold my promise to Naminé, even if it is a lie, just feels like he's missing the forest for the trees. I agree. It's kind of odd, and I guess I don't fully know how I feel about Calm Sora being just like, yeah, I'm just gonna uphold this promise that I didn't make anyway. Anyway, let's put you in other. Prime, how this video has less than 100,000 than 100,000 views. Yeah, it is currently, after 2 years, at 29,000. Just for the fun of that information. CP has to be one of the most unfortunate acronym coincidences I've ever heard. I think it's supposed to show how innocent Sora is. That's fair, and he is, to a fault. And actually, that one of the characters in the series actually says that it's a fault of his that he is so innocent. Anyway, so the CP thing, I got similar comments on. I recently made a YouTube short that got over 1,000 views over the course of a day. Yeah, which YouTube shorts are not to disparage the work that you did, obviously, but YouTube shorts are a great way to reach new audiences. I got similar comments to this on my Final Fantasy 13 video because it also has an acronym, Crystarium points, you know. And a lot of people comment this, and to be completely frank with you and God and everyone else, it never ever even crossed my mind. In this video or that one, and it probably won't in the future when I eventually do a video game that also has that acronym. I don't know. I find it funny. The cut to Kyrie when saying flat and uninteresting. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that little editing gag. It's good. Anyway, say praise. 3435. This person's referring to how I said that flashy and flashy attacks that keep you completely safe and deal a ton of damage are not like a good fit. It's the worst example, but BBS is also pretty bad. Yes, BBS is bad. Dream Drop Distance is bad. Most of the games with the command deck style. Actually, I'll say this: all of the games with the command deck style made by Osaka Team are bad for this. So anyway, other Recom actually released. Yes, it did. This is wrong. Recom came. Yep. I love your videos, but did you not look up anything for the? I liked this one because it was so aggressive. I love your videos, but did you not look anything up for the dates and double check your info? USA had Rechain on PS2 in 2008. Yes, he was older, but only by 5 or 6 years, not 10. What happened there? People make mistakes. I responded. I think it was a fairly amicable sort of comment thread, but yeah. Criticism. Never played Kingdom Hearts games, so I can't offer anything useful, but I'll say this: TLJ soundtrack for the video is an inspired choice. That's coming back around. Brick joke. The autism curse coming across way more aggressive than you mean. Yeah, that might have been the case. But anyway, I thought the COM remake made it to the US on PS2 as well, unless you mean just the PS3 remaster. Indeed, I did not. I'm an idiot, that's all. I do wonder how many English PS2 copies of Recom are actually made. I don't know. Doesn't ignore the fact that I literally owned it myself and still somehow missed it. This person's in the stream with us currently. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine you're a young person who recently beat Kingdom Hearts, a story about a boy looking for his rival and girlfriend whom he sacrifices himself to save, only to come back to life and beat an off-brand Final Fantasy villain to save the universe at the price of being forced to have more wacky adventures. Simple story, right? Nice and clean. Now you're playing some GBA spin-off and there's a guy in a black hood talking to you. Eris is called Aerith now and is talking about actually being a memory, and we're just weirdly recapping the plot but with memory subtext, I guess. Now there's some blonde ghost girl who came from out of nowhere, and some OG bad guys keep teleporting and talking politics, and Pooh Bear won't let me access my menu, and some dude just got executed in front of Sora, and what? Kingdom Hearts didn't just go off the rails, it crushed them up and snorted them. I don't know what I was expecting, but it sure as heck wasn't this. Yeah, that's a pretty good comical summary of where Calm goes. It's it's really good. It seems every single child who owned a copy of it has found your video. Yep. Put this in other. That's a good comment. I wonder how things would have turned out if they went a more Final Fantasy route and had a different main character in each game. SD and G could have still been important to the story, and they wouldn't have had to reset Sora over and over again. As long as the main character uses a Keyblade, they wouldn't have had to change the basic movement and battle mechanics either. You know, I thought after Kingdom Hearts 3 that this was the route they were going to start going. Maybe that was just like a headcanon that I wanted to believe would be true, because that sounds awesome to me. But that's obviously not the direction they're going, so interesting. Anyway. I like American McGee Alice, but seriously, that all they could come up with. I like American McGee Alice, but seriously, that all they could come up with? I'm not sure what that's talking about. Technically, they're not humans you're fighting against. They're nobodies. Just bring it. I just bring it up because you distinct between heartless and humans. Yeah, they're not humans. I use the term human bosses to describe any boss that is humanoid and about the same size as Sora, because it is one of the two archetypes of KH bosses. You can go into other. Release KH2 vid next. Thanks. Sora is KH now. They'll never change. Yeah, I'm honestly afraid of that. Headcanon I wanted to believe was true. You and me both. Yep. I feel like the Final Fantasy thing is mostly about new story and continuity for each number rather than just the protagonist. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I would actually like Kingdom Hearts to stay in the same continuity each game, but have a new Keyblade wielder as the protagonist. I think that would actually make for a really interesting story, but that's not what they're doing, I guess. It's going to be Sora all the way down. Yeah, I remember American McGee's Alice in Wonderland, the video game. I'm just not really sure what that comment had to do with the video. Sora really should have had this story wrapped up in 3. The franchise doesn't need to be out about him all the time. I honestly agree. I'll be interested in seeing what happens in Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't have at this point. I don't really have faith that they'll turn out something like really compelling, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. We'll see. I know that Strelitzia is in the Kingdom Hearts 4 thing, which means that Union Cross stuff is coming back, and I like Union Cross stuff, so maybe that'll be the saving grace. What are the chances? Nomura feels quite the opposite. Yeah. I'm sure about Sora not being the center of attention. Yeah, he doesn't agree. What are the chances that the Master of Masters is actually time-traveling Sora? That would be crazy. But I could see Nomura pulling something like that. I wouldn't even mind if Sora's story was concluded in 2. Birth by Sleep gave us 3 new heroes to follow. You could have just made another trilogy of games about them. If they had done that, I don't know that I would be making these videos. Because I don't like the Wayfinder trio, and so if they had done that, I probably would have stopped playing, like permanently. But anyway, I haven't read this one yet. Little known fact: the GBA version is that it had a versus arena to play your deck against a friend. I actually wonder how this system would work as a 3D versus arena game. I love this idea. I want someone to make this. This idea of like taking the basic idea of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories combat and making it an arena versus fighter type situation. I think that would be super fun. But I kind of expected Roxas to be the protagonist at some point, like of a main title. Some would argue that Roxas basically is already like he's surprisingly important to Kingdom Hearts 3's story, considering that he's just Sora's nope. Anyway, it's weird. I like Roxas though. Of course, summary parts may be needed, but for people who have already experienced the stories, maybe you could separate the summary parts and the review parts in the video description. Yeah, I didn't delineate between where I'm sort of recapping the narrative and where I'm just doing, you know, my analysis of it. And personally, I don't care that much. But over time, I've struck a better balance. Back then, I could see how it probably gets a little boring for people that know the story. I've struck a better balance these days, I think. Everything is a learning process. Rechain was released in stateside. Indeed it was. I played this on the GPA, but I remember almost nothing. Maybe you too were placed into a flower and had your memories erased. Any chance you'll cover Nier and its sequel while we're on the subject of action JRPGs? Wouldn't count on it. Good games though. I have played Nier Automata. I really like it. The thought of covering them sort of frightens me because I know that there's like sort of a there's some lore among like YouTube video essayist culture that Nier is a particularly difficult one to cover because there was somebody out there, and I could be getting this wrong, this could be completely incorrect. Somebody out there, I think, got laughed off of YouTube for making a Nier video that the fans really hated because they didn't like play Replicant or something. And so it's something that I would have to broach with actually, I mean, even if something like that happened, I wouldn't personally care. I mean, Mr. Caption, yes. It's lore among, I believe, the Patrician TV Discord. And so it's something that I would have to broach very carefully. That being said, there's probably a lot of factors. It might have been overblown. Maybe Mr. Caption was a little more like cared about what people thought a little bit too much, perhaps. Regardless of the true nature of that particular narrative, what I do know is that I have only played Automata, and so I have no interest in talking about them at this point in time. But it's a good game. You just need to read the books and watch videos of the stage plays and listen to the Japan only. Yeah, exactly. Like I've legitimately actually heard stuff like that said. Nier is its own fresh mess. Yeah, I don't know if I can get it to another Japanese like mess of a story like that. But again, I liked what I played in Automata. I actually want to play it again sometime. But actually, I have a remake of PS2. Yes. I basically never used enemy cards in my playthrough because I was stupid and didn't understand them. Enemy cards are the way to break the game. What you said about Recom release is wrong. I put another oof on this one. This is a different comment. 532 is Chef's Kiss. Let's see what they're talking about.
Slate feels better, so whatever. If you want it pronounced slight, you can make your own video.
Yeah. Nier is a part of the Drakengard series and has manga, 2-stage plays, radio dramas, PC cases, and some novellas that all expand on the lore. Also the mobile game that you can't play anymore, and Square is actively taking down. Yeah, there's... it seems like something that I would get into if I really wanted to. But I haven't yet, so who knows. Guess I'll say praise. The lessening of the actual importance of the Disney crap is my biggest pet peeve of the series. PKH for me was when the first game, when the Disney villains were gathered around a table having a dumb meeting about Sora. The most ponderous and the more ponderous in Final Fantasy it became, the less interest I had. It definitely shifts focus, and you can see that most clearly in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think, of all of them. But where even all of the villains of Kingdom Hearts 3 are just pawns of the organization, like in every single case. Where is this going? Oh, other. There's good near lore, but it's like the Bible. Interesting. There's only so many of these kind of series that you can handle at once. Yeah. Hence why I'm not arguing with you on the pronunciation of Slate. If I'm going to make a video, it's going to be on a topic completely unrelated to KH. Yeah, if you disagree with me on the pronunciation of Slate, you have to go make your own video. I know this video is old, but America got it sure did. I always thought it was odd to have so much story relevance in a GBA game. I agree. For all the weirdness Com has, it's the best the organization has ever been. Vexen and Axel absolutely steal the show in this one. Honestly, the fact the game had to fit on a GBA is probably why the dialogue is so good. There just wasn't any room for bloated cutscenes or obsessively vague dialogue. It's also kind of the best that Sora's ever been too. Then again, I'm a sucker for sensible character conflict. That kind of drama I just eat up, and Sora really delivers here. A shame that it was initially relegated to the mobile game and has an off-putting gameplay loop. Yeah, story's really good in this one. Sora in this one, yeah, he's good. Because there's some inter-character drama happening here with, like, Sora, you know, like, wanting to do stuff, and then Donald and Goofy basically saying that he's obsessed and going crazy, and it's really good. It's neat. So, anyway. The GBA version plays better than the PS2 version. It's unfortunate everyone gravitates to that release. Some of the Disney worlds reinforce the theme of memories and their meanings, but that's kind of their only saving grace. Yeah, I've had other people say this. As for the top one, I can't really speak to it. Maybe someday I'll play the GBA version again, but until then, I'm sticking with the one that I know. I'll say other. No pun intended, but I have a memory of playing Reach Under Memories. Yep, you sure do. Why is Slight worse than Slate? Especially when one is clearly the correct pronunciation and the other is wrong. Did you just record all your footage pronouncing it incorrectly and add that quote-unquote critique afterwards when you realized your mistake? Yeah. I also found this comment quite funny. Like there's a there's some sort of like conspiracy for why I recorded that line. No, I mean, I wrote that line. I wrote that line into the script because I knew I was going to be pronouncing it Slate. Yeah, it's funny. Like I wrote it into the script before I'd recorded anything, which is how I do my scripts, by the way, and it's probably how most people should do their scripts. But anyway, no, this is a criticism. Blazinga, good point. I don't even know where to put this. Hollow Knight music, Hollow Knight music. Other. Hearing you pronounce Slight as Slate, not Slight, killed me off. I'll be back for Kingdom Hearts 2. I can't listen to any more of this. Oh man, it's good stuff. The Devil's Number, thank you. Other, I guess. Literally refuses to pronounce an extremely common word properly. A couple people got really mad that I wanted to... It's rather funny how many people were apparently offended by a single word being mispronounced. Special snowflake alert. Unless it's an inside joke I'm missing, which is possible. No, yeah, people got mad about it. It's whatever. I just find it funny. You've got the funniest way of filtering people off of your videos. Yeah, I pronounce I I go out of my way to pronounce words wrong, and I start videos by one syllable at a time, spelling out the first paragraph of the thing. It's it feels good to not care that much. Anyway, it feels good. It feels good to kind of do whatever I want sometimes. Recom actually released in the West. Yeah, this is the last comment on this, and also the last comment in general. Also the Joseph Anderson thing. Yeah, that's another good point. A lot of my videos have like something in the very beginning that that really just like throws people off. The Joseph Anderson thing didn't really like. I don't know how many people got filtered by it, but they a couple people let me know that they thought that statement that I made about him in the MGS5 video was incorrect, and it's interesting. But okay, it's Kingdom Hearts 3 time. I'm gonna take a break while I get set up, and I will be right back. I hope you enjoy some more of this. Okay. I think we're ready. At least I hope so. Okay, so the goal for today is, hopefully we're going to get through, hopefully we're going to get through all of Arendelle. My intention is to get to the end of Arendelle before Skull. The reason I'm doing this right now and I haven't finished Monstropolis yet is to get like Blizzara and stuff so that I can beat what's his face? Beat the Lump of Horror, which is just the worst boss name in any Kingdom Hearts game, but anyway. The Lump of Horror, beat the Lump of Horror with using like Blizzara and a couple of the tools you get from Arendelle first. Because he's really hard with all pro codes, and not for fun reasons. I don't really like that boss, but anyway. Do I care about spoilers for Arendelle and Kingdom Hearts 3? Let me ask you a question. Have you seen Frozen? Because if you have seen Arendelle and Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm also looking forward to not just being alone while I have to experience the cringe of this world for once. So give me 1 second here. Let me turn down. The compressor's a little too aggressive on the game audio, I think. There we go, that sounds a bit better, I think. Useless anecdote from me. For the longest time, for some reason, I thought the exploration track for this world was called Frozen Wasteland instead of Frozen Wonderland. The gameplay might have influenced me here. That's a great joke. It's a great point. I mean, because it's true. I recall the minigame for this world on hardest difficulty is quite rough. Yes. It's needlessly difficult. I don't like it. And before you call me a pleb, I have attractions turned on so that I can get footage of them. It's not because I like the attractions or something. I very much don't. But even if I did, who are you to judge? I actually very much prefer to have attractions turned off because you can turn on critical converter or whatever it's called that gives you more form changes and stuff, which is the significantly more interesting way to play this game anyway. So. Anything to get through this level faster is fair game. Yeah, that's one thing too. I really like being able to store transformations for later by switching keyblades. Yes, the 3 keyblades thing is a really, really great addition. But I think the way they handled it is great. There are some complaints to be had, I think, from some people, but they're still pretty good. I need to focus so I don't die. You just see me just air step clear through that bullet. That was awesome. I didn't know the air step had like iframes like that.
There.
Yeah, if I had one complaint about all pro codes, it would be that I wish that no transformations wasn't a thing. I don't really personally feel like transformations until you get like, what did I press? Oh, apparently I did a link. Whoops. I don't really feel like transformations make the game significantly easier until you get like much more powerful keyblades. But it's just far less interesting to play without transformations, which is a bummer, because I think that they're really well handled, and I wish that you could use them in all pro codes mode. But whatever. Oh gosh. Oh, that was a mistake. That's not gonna go well for me. As much as this game is totally possible to meme on, I do really like the combat. I don't think that I knew how much I liked it until I started playing it for this video. There's a lot to criticize, obviously, but it is a lot of fun.
Here we go.
Nope.
Heal.
I've got to deal with these guys. Oh gosh. That's not good. Really?
Back off.
What is happening? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, how am I still alive?
Back at you.
Wow.
Heal.
Okay. Live to die another day. The clip, the low HP sound great. Yeah, I kind of wish that you could turn it off in the settings, honestly. But I am at least glad that ProCode's HP slip doesn't cause you to go into danger mode, so that you don't have to worry about that on like ProCode's runs. So at least that was a smart consideration that they made. Let me see. Check 1, 2. Where am I going? This way? No.
Oh, Sora can run up this.
Yeah, no problem.
Gosh, I'm just looking at like the visual like on the stream readout on my monitor, and it's just This world is so boring looking.
Hey, hold up!
Why are you here? Where did you come from?
Hi, I'm Sora, and I'm from, let's just say, someplace a little warmer.
And I'm Goofy.
Are you visiting Arendelle for the coronation?
Huh? You got us. So, what's your name?
Elsa. Queen Elsa of Arendelle.
Is she gonna sing?
What?
I think she does. I think they literally just do the entire Let It Go beat by beat, like shot for shot.
Your Majesty.
But I can't remember
You
exactly.
look like you could use a friend. Don't you want to talk?
Please leave. I need to be alone. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Oh. Is it that bad? You must have been through a lot.
We know what that's like, don't we?
Well, if she does sing, we'll have to mute it, so
But it definitely has its ups and downs. When the going gets tough,
so we can all like
friends
chat
have
about our
to
feelings
stick
while they do.
together.
Exactly. Although, Donald, you do lose your temper a lot, so I can relate to wanting some alone time.
What? I don't do that.
Enough!
Whoa!
Elsa, did you?
The Heartless.
Bad news, Elsa sings. Good news, you have to mute the stream. Yeah, so we won't have to hear it. The conspiracy theory going on is at the time was that Disney forced this, but it was super protective of Frozen. I need to dig into the interviews.
Go get him!
I need to dig into the interviews because I believe it. I believe that conspiracy theory, and I want to see if I can prove it. I don't have enough information to go off of to be able to say whether or not, but
Heal!
because you've got a lot of, or at least a couple. I'm probably gonna die here. You've got a couple, you know, Pixar worlds that, that don't have the same seeming limitations on them.
Come on! Faster! Come on!
But then when you get to Tangled and Arendelle, both of those are these like basically beat for beat retellings of the original stories. Can't speak for the validity of it, but I kind of believe it. Just because it's a bit too much of a coincidence for it to happen 4 times. Ow. You mind? Donald, a little help here? He healed himself. Donald healed himself. Not me. Classic Donald. Nice, Goofy. Okay. At least you're actually allowed to interact with the Tangled cast. Yeah. There's just something very strange about the way Tangled and Frozen in particular are presented in this game that I just can't ignore. Especially when compared to the Pixar stuff.
Here we go!
I'm gonna die.
There!
Here we go. We'll just use this. This will be over in a second. What? Camera, hello. Come on. Barely got that out.
Go get him!
Happy to see you playing Kingdom Hearts 3 live. Love your videos. Thank you. Yeah. The Pixar worlds are all definite highlights. They're better, for sure. Tangled wasn't too bad. Not great, but not the possibly had to scrap the level at the last minute
Elsa,
degree we see from Frozen. Yeah.
I'm sorry I was so upset. Thank you for your help. Look out!
Cutscene power to the max.
That's amazing. You can control ice.
So can you.
No, all I ever do is hurt people.
It's okay. Those were just the heartless.
You said that word before. What are they?
Monsters that are after people's hearts. Wherever they go, there's trouble.
They're after people's hearts?
Yes, they're dangerous. You should head home before it gets any worse.
This is my home now. I can't go back. I don't want to hurt anyone.
What?
Arendelle is safer with me staying up here.
Not safer for you. Oh.
Please, go away.
Elsa.
Oh, don't worry. She'll be okay. Seems like she's pretty strong.
You gotta let her go. She wants to be alone.
Yeah, I hear you. But I just wanted to know why she was so sad.
And how is it any of your business?
Huh?
Read the room, kiddo.
Who are you? That's the organization code. You knew?
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually forgot
you
too.
forgot. The name's Larxene. This time, remember. And we'll take care of Elsa, so don't you worry.
Do you...
Nope.
Well, she seems to think she knows us, so maybe we should play along.
Not unless her name's Tara.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Oh. Why are you after Elsa?
No one's gonna hurt her, but we're not about to put up with your meddling. Stay here and behave yourselves.
Have you seen the Map Pat theory about this world? I didn't know he made a Kingdom Hearts 3 video. I'll check it out at some point. Can you give me a basic rundown?
Wait, the ice!
It's going to wall us in.
Ice is so not my style.
Larxene!
Oh great. Oh, I hate this.
Anybody see a way out?
This is one of my least favorite places to like treasure hunt and stuff in.
Well, we can't stay in here.
Elsa's in real trouble now.
Yeah. Larxene promised not to hurt her, but I trust those guys as far as I can throw them.
Which is probably pretty far, to be frank.
Clearly.
I mean, you can throw Goofy at like 1,000,000 miles an hour down toward the ground anytime you use a Goofy Bombardier, so... Okay. Theorizing about how Elsa was supposed to be the villain based on how Larxene apparently makes this whole castle in Elsa's style. How the boss doesn't make much sense as a as Hans Heartless, etc. Okay, interesting.
Back off! Yeah, yeah. Back off! It's over! Back off! Here we go! Back off! I know what to do. We're off! So long! Yeah! Got him! It's over! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Ah! We'll do Rachel on, why not? Need some footage of it anyway. Basically said that making an actual theory about lore would be too difficult due to sheer amount of context he'd have to provide, so instead it's more of a design theory. Cool vid. At the very least, it would make sense if Elsa thought she was a Heartless given her issues. Yeah. Anything to give this story a little bit more something that isn't just the original movie but bad. Whoa! Okay. Great. You're gonna hear me complain about the checkpoint system in this game. I'm gonna try not to just go on and on and on, but it's bad.
How are we supposed to get
It's
out?
really bad. Like, all that time that I just spent in here has been completely gone. I was playing really bad there also, but you know. Oh, hi. Gosh.
Here we go.
Is this still on the hardest difficulty? Yes, this is on crit. I played this game on Proud when it came out. It was too easy. Attack me. That was not worth it. Well, neither is this. Okay, let's not play around. Let's get this over with. If nothing else, watching this has made me realize I'm not playing with my full kit as much as I thought I was. This game gives you a lot of options, and I only realized it after watching, like, Bizkit play for a little bit. And fighting the Dative fights, which I haven't fought all of them yet, but one thing that I realized in fighting them is that air stepping is something you should be doing pretty much all the time. It's extremely powerful. Nihao, Shampoo is just dropping in to say hello. Hey, how you doing? What did I do? I pressed triangle. I'm an idiot. It's fine. It works. Still have to fight these guys though. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Thank you. Gosh. Really? Okay. That's one of those moments where I'm actually marking that chapter. I was in the middle of a block. You need to get going. See you, QuesBT. Yeah, I am 99% confident that I just died in the middle of a block that should have definitely blocked that attack. Maybe if I go back and look at the footage, I'll see that that's not the case. But that's why you go back and double check things without like gut responding to stuff happening, without really knowing what happened. But I marked that with a chapter marker, so I should be able to find it later. I'm just doing this to get through it. Come on. Going to fix one thing. I need to put fire on again. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was blocking, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. It definitely looked and felt like I was. You can't really ever be too certain. But I'm sorry. What? There are enemies that can give you the sneezies in this? I may not die for something stupid here. Okay. That was weird. Wow.
Take this. Heal.
That got really hairy.
Back at you.
What is happening? Oh, are these guys impervious to this? Because it's technically like lightning? Dang. Who knew? I'm gonna get out of here before I die.
Here we go. Let's see.
I'll help you find the next one.
I don't think the combat was designed around critical. Yeah. I'm finding it better this time around, and I think that there were a lot of people when crit first dropped that sort of didn't fully understand the combat. And not to say that there's not issues, because there are. And crit definitely shows them. But I am finding it better than I found it the first time, for sure. I'm not dying to this fight again.
Fireball!
You got pinned by the firing squad against the wall. Yeah, that was a crazy little bit. I cannot believe that I survived for that long. Just better to make the hardcore fans happy. Yeah, I mean, it would be crazy if it wasn't, because it's been for so long, you know. I certainly wouldn't enjoy these games even half as much if it didn't have
I wonder where it leads.
a crit level, especially this one. Because, man, that Proud Mode playthrough just did not do anything for me, basically. The combat was so dull. I'm liking it a lot more now, but it's because the game sort of requires, to a certain extent, you to use all of your tools. Even if it is unbalanced, it still, you know, at least asks you to pay attention. Whereas, even on Proud, it felt like it didn't before. Oh boy. I remember having a lot of trouble with these guys. Ah, I didn't do the finisher. Whatever. Nice one, Donald, I think, did that. Good job. Crit is necessary for the playthrough to feel substantial. I pretty much agree, yeah. I have to equip... whole spin. In order to do this. I have all of the flow motion off just because it, like, for some of the bosses, it makes it a little too dangerous to do certain, like, moves and stuff. So I just got it off.
We can get through now.
Generally.
And I think it opened when Sora rotated that pillar.
You don't say.
Whoa! We better steer clear of those icicles.
Whoa. Ow. Nice. Oh gosh, hi. that was just so bad.
Gorge, how are we supposed to get out?
Yeah, I was pretty close to the checkpoint. Golly. Oh. I didn't know that there was a Keyblade slide attack. That's funny. I played on Proud and got to the final stretch, thought it was the halfway point. Yozura made me reconsider everything, though. Might be the best boss of all time. I have not fought Yozura yet. I have I have high expectations, I'll say that. Just because like everybody really likes Yozura. I'm pretty excited to try. Down we go, I guess.
Let's see.
Good picture.
Okay. Let's see. What we got? Well. Nice.
Here we go. It's over. Yes. Heal.
The tunnel gets the final hit again.
That spin trick you did should work again.
Is Yozura the Final Fantasy 15 Sora, basically? Actually, he's the Final Fantasy versus 13 Sora. Do any upgrades anyway? I already went that way.
Sarah, you can plan this.
There might be something up there.
Take this.
That was satisfying. Oh, great. What's happening to the music? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I think we're getting close to the end of this thing.
Give me strength! Back off!
You missed the comments, but the VOD'll be up before long.
Well, that seemed to lock everything into place.
That might have been the end of it.
My thoughts exactly.
Hey, Sarah! I want the emblem.
Come on.
Let's see.
Nice picture, Sora.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
KH3 crit is so much worse than KH3 or even Birth by Sleep. I disagree. To me, Birth by Sleep is the low point of the series, and at least in terms of gameplay. Kingdom Hearts 3 made a lot of improvements, even just in the fuel department. And to be frank, I think that the crit update improved on that. It definitely shows the flaws of the original game a lot stronger, but the stuff that they added, the new abilities, like, I think that it was a great update, personally. Oh gosh, are you for real? I forgot about this.
See ya.
Okay.
Back off. Yeah, try this.
Oh my gosh! That was stupid. This will not work out in my favor. Unless I have full MP by the time it's over. Oh, that was crazy. Came within an inch of dying there.
Fireball.
Still not dead.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it? Alrighty then. Without crit, though, all the stuff feels like fluff for an already easy game. Yeah, I basically agree. Low point was DDD. I get arguments against Breath by Sleep, but it was just personal vibes with me. Yeah, I could probably go back and forth between whether or not I think it's Breath by Sleep or DDD, just depending on the day, or which, more likely, which one I played most recently. All right, let's go back through it again just for the fun of it. Is this where she sings? No, we gotta be getting close. Story better in Breath by Sleep. Gameplay is likely better in
gone up
DDD.
in that direction.
Yeah, depends on who you ask.
Okay.
The worst part about Dream Drop Distance was the 3DS. I'd have to play the 3DS version again to know, because I played the HD version.
You know, from here we might be able to reach that maze. We're trapped in.
You want to go back in?
Room meters are more fun than shot locks, at least. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, and tough climbing too.
We can do it. Come on.
Leaf Bracer. Oh man, game's over. It is over. Okay. Small nitpick. Just about every time that I go to add an ability, I press triangle. Because, you know, for Kingdom Hearts 2. And it takes me to the next list and I have to press it like 4 more times and it doesn't remember where I was. Just a fun little thing that is also very annoying. Potions on here. What do we got? Probably will want to equip this. Oh, we got Thundara also. That'll be nice. Put it here. I'll be surprised if flow motion isn't a permanent install in this series from this point on. I'm just glad that they balanced it in this one a little bit better, but I also kind of think that they nerfed it a little too hard, maybe even. I don't know. It's almost useless, at least in my estimation.
Back off! Like this!
Time for some magic!
There!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is the highlight better than yellow paint? I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It bothers some people. And there's literally a mod to turn off the highlight. To me, if they had done yellow paint, I think it would have been stupid in this game. Just because, like, the highlight can be almost seen as, like, Sora's intuition on, like, what walls can and cannot be climbed, I guess.
Let's see.
No. Whereas if they'd done yellow paint, that'd just be silly. But I'm also not super, like... That whole debate didn't really captivate me in any sort of way. I didn't really engage with it at all. I thought I saw a chest over here somewhere. Am I crazy? No, yeah, way over there.
Well, I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh. Movement in this game never sits right with me because you can chain air slides from the first world to reach treasure, whereas in every other game you'd need glide. Yeah. Exploration is kind of a weird thing in this one, where you're not really gated at all.
Castle seems so far away.
I don't know. I need to sort of think about it a little bit more before I can really formulate an opinion on it. I think the way that they reward exploration is quite good. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Don't sing yet. Okay. I think that the way that they reward exploration is really good in this one. I really like the hidden Mickeys. I like the chests are as good as they always have been. I think that there's more, like, visually that encourages you to sort of explore and stuff. Man, they gave some really high quality animation. Like this looks really good. Like they used their, like, super high quality animation for this cutscene. Can you believe that? It's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. It's pre-rendered on launch. It still had the software watermark on some frames. Is that real? Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. That's really funny. Yeah, I know it's pre-rendered. It's just they spent budget on this cutscene, you know. Again, just to, you know, produce what is essentially just a worse version, a beat for shot remake of a song that you could go watch, you know, the movie right now if you wanted to. There's just no point, you know. Man, okay, I think I can unmute now. How fun.
Wow.
Oh, and then there was a bunch of pop-in when
when
all the real graphics came back.
Wow. That was Elsa?
She's different.
And a lot happier, too.
Let's say hi.
Please don't tell me that you're spying on her now.
Oh, Larxene! Don't turn this around on us. You're following her.
Ooh, look at you get all sassy. Okay, I'll admit, Elsa is a person of interest to us. Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts. Gotta make sure, though. Fortunately, we're in the best position to tell. Can't pick out that special glimmer unless you're standing in the shadows. And maybe...
I'm reading chat. This cutscene isn't funny at all.
Just look how icy her palace is. Made of magic she forced herself to keep hidden until now. What if it's dark magic?
Elsa would never rely on the darkness.
Actually, it's still too early to call. Depends on how she sees it. If she believes her magic is darkness, that's what it will become. Accepting her power, whatever it is the only way she can set her heart free. So what will Elsa accept? Light or darkness? I know I want to know.
Sora might as well have been here canonically
good for
for how
you,
little
but
he
guess
matters
what?
here. Yeah,
I
exactly.
won't let her fall to darkness.
It's her choice to make, not yours. You know, I'm starting to understand why she gave you the cold shoulder.
For Arendelle, we made the effect literally every player has to leave the game and watch the Let It Go cutscene on YouTube. That's really funny. It would be really funny if like they just stopped the game and just put up like a black background with white text that said, "Please go watch Let It Go on YouTube," and then come back. Press X when you're ready. Anyway, what's going on? Larxene's bullying them.
Huh? Donald! Goofy! Are you okay?
Phew. I'm okay.
Oh, good.
I think we should probably go check on Elsa.
And make sure Larxene was wrong about her magic.
Yeah.
But don't you tell her what Larxene said.
Huh? Why not?
Well, to keep the order.
Yeah, order.
Oh,
Hopefully.
okay.
Oh, wait, fellas. Do you hear that?
This is the second time you have to climb up.
Huh?
Look!
Huh?
Oh no. It's time.
Look, climb aboard! Right!
That avalanche is my worst nightmare.
Whoa, whoa.
All right, wish me luck.
It's closing
I
in!
remember my basic strategy from a long time ago was to just go back and forth and jump every now and again.
Incoming! Watch out!
Oh man. Collect HP prizes along the way. What HP prizes?
It's closing in! I got this! Incoming! Watch out!
Maybe we try something different this time. Maybe my strategy was wrong. At least for now, I could probably do a better job just trying to actually avoid instead of just randomly moving back and forth. At least until the third one shows up. Oh. Wow, okay. Oh my god. This isn't working anymore. Why am I taking almost no damage now? That's crazy. Okay. Dang it.
It's closing in! I got this!
If I don't get it this time, I'm probably gonna go buy a Koopa coin.
Incoming! Watch out!
Did I did it? Okay. Yay. Now I gotta get through this. I don't remember if there's a checkpoint there.
Oh yeah!
This isn't difficult, but it is. I think it is possible to die in this section. Why does this section look extremely tedious and extremely boring? Because it is. It's only difficult because I'm on crit, and they still for some reason insist on scaling their mini games with the difficulty you're on. This is actually a decent little sledding minigame for what it's worth. Yeah, it is possible to die here. That took a lot of HP from that one hit.
All right. Look who's back.
Okay, and here we go.
Together. Fireball! Yeah.
The heck? That was a weird hitbox. Are you kidding me? Oh, please don't send me back to that stupid minigame. Okay, oh, okay. That's fine. I can deal with this.
Give me strength. Fireball! Back off! Yeah.
Hmm?
Heal. Here we go.
All right, maybe I'll never have to do that section again.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay, what did I miss? Scaling minigame damage with the regular game difficulty, a perfect plan with no flaws
Look at
whatsoever.
all the pretty colors.
Yeah.
There's blue and green. Ooh, I love green. And look, black.
Had to spend so much time here to get the ultimate weapon. Yeah, I remember distinctly spending like 30 minutes just sledding down that mountain multiple times in a row. Immediately using a link, the KH3 crit experience. Very true.
Silly spiky grass. Give me back my foot.
Was that a snowman?
Luckily, the avalanche was non-lethal this time.
That
It's also crazy to me that toward the end of that thing, they start doing like just like tick damage on you the whole time. It's like it wasn't hard enough to dodge the lasers. You also have to be like brought down to
Did you
1
see
HP,
that snowman?
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. He was walking and talking.
Huh?
Huh?
Everybody knows Snowman can't walk. You must have imagined it.
Okay, listen. How many fantastical magical things have you seen, Donald? Is a talking snowman really the most outlandish thing that you could
If we
imagine?
don't get going, we'll never reach Elsa's palace.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Come on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You have a favorite world of Kingdom Hearts 3?
To meet Elsa.
Frozen?
She's the nicest, warmest, best person ever.
No, really.
See?
I like San Francisco quite a bit.
What do you know? You were right.
I want to look.
I get thinking that that feeling that Olympus is like
really are
sort of the
alive.
most fleshed
What's
out.
making you
It does
walk?
kind of feel that way because you've got the mountain, you've got
Well,
Olympus,
I
and then
guess
you've got
my feet.
the city. Like there's a lot to that
Hello.
world.
Olaf, are these your
It's
friends?
it's surprisingly well thought out. I like it.
Never met him. Don't know anyone blue, green, or who's oddly spiky.
Toy Story World was fun. I like exploring
Spiky?
Toy Story World for sure.
My hair? Wait, why don't I get a color too? My name is Sora.
And I'm gonna duck.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be fun to
I'd
use
be
flow motion to run
green.
faster? I kind of hate that
Anna.
they, in order to move faster, you just
I know they're strangers.
you just walk for a while and then you start
Pretty
running,
nice to
but
me.
the animation doesn't change at all. Like I kind of think that that's really lazy, honestly.
And this is Sven.
I don't know that I'm necessarily going to say it in that way in the video, but
So, where are you guys
I
all
don't.
headed?
It just feels like
We're
it
going
like there
to
was an
try and
opportunity
put
for
an
them
end
to like
this crazy winter.
make that
And
a
to do
thing,
that,
and they
we
just
need
chose not
find
to
my
for some
sister
reason.
Elsa.
This isn't the
Elsa's
only game that does
your
it though.
Sister?
What a coincidence. We're going to see her too.
You know Elsa?
Yeah, we ran into her up the mountain. Do you mind telling us what's going on around here? We're worried. We think your sister might be in some trouble.
Trouble? Are you sure? All right. I know we just met, but Sora, was it? I get the feeling that you're someone to trust.
I'm right there with you.
I just hope you like long stories.
Sure.
You know, I should go find some moss for Sven. He's looking a little hungry. Come on, Sven.
Hey, wait, what's going on? Tell me, is something happening?
Come on, Olaf. You're with me.
Sure, Sven. Reindeer Sven too?
The reindeer is Sven.
Oh, how fun!
When we were little, my sister and I used to be really close. But then, one day...
Sven is already
for
my
some
favorite character in
reason,
Kingdom Hearts 3. Is
Elsa
that because he
just
doesn't talk?
shut me out.
Oh, is this actually the song?
Elsa?
Yeah, it is. They did 2 songs? I forgot that. How did I forget this? Toy Box annoys me because of the mech combat, and I suppose I'm not a fan of the big and boxy worlds, but there was a good amount to do there in terms of environmental stuff. The mech combat I thought was pretty good, but yeah, I get if it's a gimmick for sure. This is so bad. Okay, they only briefly touch that one. They don't do the whole thing. She could open that door if she had a Keyblade. Well, everybody's allowed to have a Keyblade, so why doesn't she? Bubba, I read that too in Axel's voice from from KH3. 2.
I shouldn't have upset her the way I did. Elsa ran away because she was frightened. I have to bring her home.
I'm sure she knows how much you love her.
KH3 spends so much time stopping me. Yeah, I actually want to
Maybe that's why she looks so sad.
I want to see how much time this game spends showing cutscenes
He thought he had
that
to push me away.
don't involve Sora, Donald, or Goofy in any way
Maybe
whatsoever,
Elsa's
because
the same.
there's a lot, I think.
If anyone can help her, it's you.
And whether or not that's a significantly larger amount than the past games.
Thanks.
Hey guys, I need some help.
Huh?
Also, Anna and Kristoff feel like
What's the problem?
This.
super out of, like, super not written in character in this. Like,
That problem?
It's not a
I
stick.
feel like they're nothing like their
It
characters
is
in the
a stick,
movie.
but it's Olaf's arm. He's falling apart again.
Falling apart?
How come you're not upset?
Oh, it's no big deal. He's a snowman. We'll just put him back together.
Really? You can do that?
I gotta see this.
The pieces can't be too far from here. Could you guys help us look for him?
Of course.
Okay.
Hey, I'm over this way.
Huh?
I had it too.
Yep, that's Olaf's voice. Why don't we look up above the waterfall?
I'm over here.
That sounds like Olaf.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over this way.
It's quiet, but I can definitely hear his voice.
La 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 la.
That sounds like Olaf.
Yeah.
Sora? I can hear you. You're getting closer.
Where did he go?
Hi, Sora.
Hey, Olaf, there you are.
I was starting to think nobody'd ever come along and find me.
Well, I'm glad we did.
Well, I think I might have seen Olaf's legs legging it.
Look, legs.
Hey!
They're getting away.
We must have startled them.
Yeah.
If we approach real quiet like, we might be able to get the jump on.
Huh. I caught them!
Great job, Sora!
Arendelle has this interesting effect of going, oh right, I hate this part. Yeah. Over and over again. You're like, oh great, now we're doing this again.
Trees
Wonderful.
made of ice?
Maybe. Look at the little snow blossoms growing on them. It is kind of hard to spot him in all this snow.
Everything looks like Olaf.
He can't have gone too far.
Like, this world is already long enough as it is.
Where did he go?
It is kind of hard to spot him in all this snow.
Everything looks like Olaf.
He can't have gone too far.
Oh. I forgot that you can... Okay, hold on. I will oblige.
Where did he go?
This is worth detouring for. Whoa. Whoa. Did you lie to me? I can't. Maybe I can later. Maybe you can't yet.
Everything looks like Olaf.
He can't have gone too far.
Where did he go?
It is kind of hard to spot him in all this snow.
Everything looks like Olaf.
Get over it.
He can't have gone too
Oh, that's a good joke. I don't know. I seem to be completely lost.
Sora, what about
Don't go that way. Yeah, I know. Calm down.
It is kind of hard to spot him in all this snow. We can't just leave Olaf in pieces.
We could.
Everything looks like Olaf.
He can't have gone too far.
That's not him. There's like decoys. Do you have to interact with these?
Needs a bat.
Maybe he rolled himself through a puddle of mud.
Maybe.
Think that's all of him?
Yep.
Ana'll know what to do next.
Oh, look how golden brown I am. I've always wanted to get a summer tan.
Olaf, I've got some bad news.
Kristoff, don't spoil it for him.
Well, snow is supposed to be white.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Heck.
You sure you never slid past my body? Ever?
Where did he go?
It is kind of hard to spot him in all this snow. Gorge, we already searched here.
Thanks, Scooby. Any geniuses in the chat just want to tell me where the body is.
He can't
No, that's not it. That's a...
too far.
Can I keep going?
Where did he go?
It's also hard to tell where I can go because there's no mini-map.
It is
There
kind
he
of hard
is.
to spot him and all.
Hey, this is Olaf's body.
Yes.
Button and all.
Think that's all of him?
Yep.
Ana'll know what to do next.
Yeah, I did it.
And that should do it.
You sure something's not missing?
Nah, looks right.
Wow, I feel so much better. Wait, where's my cute new nose? The one Anna gave me.
Sora, do you have his nose?
I don't think so.
Yeah, considering that Nomura went on record as saying that this series isn't for kids, he sure does seem to forget that when he's like putting sections in.
Someone had to pick it up. You're right, buddy. Thanks for finding it and not actually eating it. Oh, you're welcome.
My nose is back. Oh, I love having a nose.
Hey, Kristoff, how'd all this happen anyway?
You know, I'm not sure. These weird animals, well, they were more like monsters. They just crashed into Olaf.
I knew it.
The heartless again.
Yeah.
The Heartless. And I thought the wolves around here were bad.
Kristoff, look!
They're back.
No, I've already fallen apart today.
We know how to handle them. Anna, Kristoff, keep going.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Sorry, folks, this is the King's Flare happy hour. Oops. And I feel no remorse.
Fireball! Yeah! We better catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
This is dumb. I definitely deserve that level.
Me too. We better skedaddle.
Yeah! Go! Yeah! My shield! Yeah!
This is silly, to say the least.
Back off! Just keep moving.
What?
You'll warm up.
Why was that even there?
Nothing ever gets you down, huh, Sora?
Oh.
Is this a Tetchamore stream? Yes.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Barely, but yes.
Back off. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's not cure.
Heal.
Oh my gosh.
There. Later. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
How old is your daughter now? My daughter is almost 11 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just said, ah, which I think means that she heard me talk about her.
Please. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So many mountains. This has really got to be like the most tiring world in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not even done yet. There's still like another mountain climb I'm gonna have to do after this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely thought I was gonna be done with this world in like an hour, and that did not happen at all. Hey Roxas.
All right. I love snow.
So much fun.
Sora?
Sora.
You have been surrounded by snow for hours. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nope, not dealing with that.
Finally.
That palace is incredible.
Yeah, I wonder if Anna and the others made it there yet.
Isn't there supposed to be a save point here? Maybe it's on the other side of the loading break.
You kind of set off an eternal winter? Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Well, it's okay, you can just unfreeze it.
I'm assuming some of the footage here will be used for your inevitable Kingdom Hearts 3 video. Yeah, that's mostly what I'm doing here is filming footage for that video. And also just playing the game myself, because I need to do that at some point, right? Would have been nice if we had gotten to explore Arendelle. Yeah, I agree.
Anna and the others must have gone inside.
Bit of a missed opportunity. This world is just a missed opportunity at its core. Rip.
Oh? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. But I think something terrible must have happened. I hope our friends are okay.
What?
Stop! Put us down!
Go away!
Heads up! Oh! Watch out for my butt!
Yep, that joke was in the movie too.
Nice to throw
Whoa,
people!
whoa, 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 feisty pants.
Let me
Okay,
go.
relax. Just calm down. Calm down.
Okay, all
Just
right.
let the
I'm okay.
snowman be.
I'm calm.
Huh? Oh, come on. Oh, see? Now you made him mad.
I'll distract him! You guys go! No, not you guys!
This has got a whole lot harder.
We can buy you some time.
Wait for me!
Playing on PS4, PS5, PC.
Where's Goofy?
Hey, Sora! I got an idea!
Guilty, what are you doing?
Oh, that's perfect!
Hey!
It's gonna be really hard going back to like playing Kingdom Hearts without like 120 FPS. It's been so nice.
Get ready! Okay, now! Oh, oh yeah!
He's not done!
Bring it!
Pretty long time without a save point. Well, good thing I put on that charm, I guess. Off to a good start.
Yeah! 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 Back at you! Yeah! Like this! Yeah! 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 Over here! So long! Yeah! Yeah! Back on! Yeah! Back at you! Yeah! 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 There! Take this! Yeah! Yeah!
Nice. I hadn't recovered from the thing yet. Come here. Hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Great.
Back off! There!
Oh, did I just skip a phase? That was awesome. KH3 has autosaves. That is true. However, I don't know how I'm supposed to know where they are. Okay. Like, I probably could stop here and it'd be fine. Is this one of those 0 EXP runs? No. I am doing all pro codes on the bosses, though. I'm just gonna play it safe. And I'm not. That's dumb. What's happening? I don't like this. Okay, we're good.
Back at you! Take this! Fire! Meteor! You're through!
That's satisfying. Are you? Oh my gosh! Wow. That was really bad. I mean, that was a pretty good attempt, but okay.
Back off! Back at you!
Okay. I block retaliated those attacks the same way, like twice that last attempt, and didn't get hit. And then did it twice and got hit this time. Weird.
Back off!
I'm probably being too greedy. It's fine. Oh, it turns into a dodge. Okay. Interesting.
Heal!
Ah.
Back off! So long! Take this! Nice! Back off! You're through! Back at you! Take this! Try this! Back off! Heal! Back off! Back at you! Back off! Back at you! Come on!
After covering so much KH and looking at it critically as often as you have with this channel, do you still have the same love for the series, or has that relationship changed significantly? That is a question that I hope to answer with the Kingdom Hearts 3 video, because at this point in time, I'm really not sure. Come at me. Hit me. Hit me.
Take this!
Whoa. That was cool.
What? Good thing snow's so soft. We could do this 100 times.
No, let's not.
You sure you don't want to go again?
No, thank you!
It's okay because the characters acknowledge it.
Do you think everybody else made it?
I don't think the snow monster got him.
Dad probably went back to the palace.
Makes sense. For us, too. We still need to talk to Elsa.
Second time's the charm.
Yeah, back to the ice
Third time,
palace.
actually.
That big snowman wasn't too friendly, huh?
Yeah, I got Olaf.
I have never trusted the autosaves just because this is the first Kingdom Hearts game to have them, and I just, I still have that, like, baked in idea that I need to get to a save point in order to stop playing this game. They can take their lampshade and stuff it. Yeah, no, I'm totally being facetious by saying that. Just because you comment on it doesn't make the gameplay okay. Is Sven here? Not yet. He'll be back. Anyway, that's the end of this stream. Hope you all enjoyed. I've got to go to a housewarming party. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and probably have another one next week. Is it just the same climb again? No, it's a slightly different one. There's like 3 different mountain climbs in this. What have I got? Oh, we got Blizzara. Good. I'll slap that here because I know I'm gonna need it later. What else? Double flight. I didn't put on. All right, see y'all. Goodbye. Have a good night, good day, whatever time it is for you.